Good morning, everyone. Wednesday, the 8th of October, 2025. And I look as if it's kind of bright out, but it is so bad out. Heavy rain, lots of traffic, just a whole bunch of ick. And that's kind of like the market this morning. But there is a lot of overreaction. And we got that overreaction because we have so many people who are used to traditional finance law, rules and mores and ways, that they think a 3 to 5% dip is a bloodbath. This is not a bloodbath, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very small sale. It's, I looked and all the coins that matter, they didn't really dip much. Now, there was a let loose of Bitcoin, and you got some of the respectable trader channels saying, okay, this could pop back up and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Now, don't panic, everyone, please. This is nothing. And a lot of people actually kind of expected it, a lot of the chart people. Now, some other chart people were talking about 250 and 260 on XRP. Now, that's kind of interesting. Now, what did they say about QNT and everything else? I don't have that. A lot of them just chart XRP, very focused on that. But I'm looking for sales. See, this is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the savvy shopping of your parents' and grandparents' time. Thank you, nice person. You go ahead, you look, you browse, and you decide if you want to buy. And if you do, then you buy. There's nothing to freak out about. Now, we have a lot of talk starting up again because of this government shutdown about interest rates. Because when you start talking about ETFs, you start talking about interest rates. Now, let me just say on those ETFs, we got to wait for the government to come back. Honestly, I think they're already working on stuff, giving each other a call, chilling in the back garden, that kind of thing. Everything you would see in a movie, they're probably doing right now. And I apologize, we got a lot of rain, so pardon the wipers. But as they're doing all of that, they're working. But that ties into the Fed and interest rates. Now, the Fed, you got people already gambling on this. Is it going to be a 0.5 BP or 50 BPS, half a percent point? And it's like, whatever. Number one, if they do that, if you follow the laws of economics, that's very bad because it'll compound into a disaster. Now, you got a lot of people who think that is the intent, to crash the economy. And it's sufficient to do so, because half a percentage point is not going to help anybody. You got a whole bunch of people who went into all this stuff without thinking it through. They had artificially suppressed interest rates. A normal interest rate is in the range of 8 to 12%, ladies and gentlemen. And if you apply the rules of economics to this, quickly in my head, we're at a time where the rates, if you really want to break the back of inflation, probably 21%. Quick math, not enough coffee. They really realize exactly what that number is. I'm in that range of 20-23%. Then you break the back of inflation after 6 months. Boom, you're done. But we're at that point with the debt cycles and liquidity cycles where it's just not going to happen, because you're not going to do that to your own debt. And that's, historically, we know why that happened. It ties back to LBJ and the fact that Nixon had no choice but to, quote unquote, temporarily suspend the gold standard. So we're at the aches and pains, ladies and gentlemen, but this isn't that bad. It's bad, but it's not that bad. Here in the States. Other parts of the world, of course, it's worse because the U.S., the U.S. exports its inflation, not all of it. We definitely still keep a lot of inflation, but we do export inflation. Now, that being said, you got multiple nations owing each other money. You got nations going and buying gold. So this is all part of the road to get to the point that we discussed in previous videos. It is going to be, we have to go on to a gold standard. All the sovereign currencies like US, Russia, China, they're all going to go to a gold-backed system. We just don't know when. We don't know if the US elections next year are going to have some kind of effect on that, and if so, what that effect will be. But eventually, better sooner than later, I think. I could be wrong on that. Let me know what you think. But I think better sooner than later, we go onto the gold standard. We have some established value. We force some fiscal responsibility on the governments of the world. Because the people, well, people know they got to pay their bills and everything else. It seems governments don't understand that concept. But once we get onto that, we have the new financial system coming in, the ISO coins, and it should work out. So hopefully, globally, there won't be too much pain point throughout the world. So when you look at that big picture, don't be all zoomed into a 3 to 5% drop and thinking it's a bloodbath. It's not. Definitely not. So I guess I should end it there. And this is more of a current events video than anything else. And we threw a few knowledge concepts in there, which is great. So, ladies and gentlemen, please like this video. If you like videos like this, if you like this one, please comment your thoughts throughout the video. Feel free to use the timestamps on there. That's when you hit the comments. You got the little thing in the on the side. That's a timestamp. You click that if you want a reference point. And also, please subscribe. I took a look at the descriptions. We're doing very well with getting people to subscribe. Please continue subscribing, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get the word out here. Not listen to those rah-rah channels that will have you selling at a low point. Hey, come on, that's ridiculous. And yes, once you subscribe, please ring that bell to get all notifications. It turns out some other YouTubers are having problems with notifications yet again. Who knows why? But some people say, "Oh yeah, I suddenly started getting notifications back," so that's great. Yeah, if you haven't been getting notifications, the trick of mine is to turn off notifications, go out, go back in, turn them back on. It's like a reset. Reset. All right, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, I'm going to end it here while I got this tailgater behind me as I'm doing the speed limit in the rain on the curvy road. You take care of everyone. Remember to stick it to the man, not to each other. And peace.